Today is a review. I'm reviewing the Godox XT1 wireless microphone set. And spoiler alert, it's a mixed bag. Stick around and find out what I think about it, why I'm impressed, and also why I'm returning it. Let's take a look at the Godox XT1 wireless microphone set. It comes in this very useful travel case. You can open it up. There's the receiver and transmitters. It's a single package, which is really unique. And this is one side. You have the headphone monitoring jacks and the output jack and power switch. And for the output jack, in the case, you get 3 cables. You get a TRS to TRS, which would be useful for a DSLR, for example. You get TRS to a USB-C, which would be useful for new iPhones and Android phones. And you also get a TRS to Lightning, which would be for your older iPhones. And it's nice that they give you all the cables. One thing that they didn't give you, which surprised me, was a USB-C to USB-C cable, because if you do that, you can plug it right into your computer and it becomes an audio interface. So it's really a flexible device. And the differentiator here is the fact that everything is contained here. This is the receiver. You can monitor your levels. You open up the back and here are your transmitters. They nest in there. There's transmitter A, transmitter B, and each transmitter has a magnetic backing, so that you can use just the metal plate on the inside of your shirt and mount it to your outside of your shirt this way. It's super simple. So this wouldn't be a review of the Godox XT1 without an actual audio test. So I plugged the receiver into my MacBook over there and pulled one of these microphones right out of the unit. And on my MacBook, I selected Magic XT1 as the audio source. Super easy. You tell me what you think. So let's start with the good stuff, because honestly, there's a lot to like here. First off, the value. If you find these on sale, you can really get a terrific deal. The Godox XT1 comes in at a price point that's hard to beat, especially if you're like me and you're just starting out on YouTube and you're looking for affordable gear. You're getting a solid wireless microphone system that delivers fantastic audio quality right out of the box. And it's got innovative design where the transmitters are nested and carried by the receiver. It's impressive. I did a lot of recording with it and I was really pleased with how clean and crisp the audio was. And for interviews and vlogs and even musicians, this unit, the XT1, punches well above its weight in the category. It's also easy to set up. You basically just plug the receiver in, pair it with the transmitter by turning it on, and you're good to go. That's it. It's a huge win for anyone who's tired of fighting with complicated tech. It doesn't get any easier than this. There's no apps. There's no firmware updates. It's very straightforward. This thing, the battery life is another plus. I got several hours of continuous use on a single charge, which is more than enough for my needs. And so in terms of performance and ease of use, Godox really nailed it. The cons. No product is perfect, right? Unfortunately, the XT1 falls short in a few areas that are hard to overlook, at least for me, especially if you're looking for long-term versatility. First off, the receiver is very bulky. That's because the transmitters are inside of it. Not the end of the world, but depending on your use case, for example, I use a gimbal quite often. This is actually too heavy for the gimbal when it's on the phone. So you need to know that the weight of the receiver is going to be a factor, as is the size of it, because again, the transmitters are inside of it. The other big deal breaker for me was the lack of onboard recording. Some of the systems in this price range do offer the ability to record audio directly on the transmitter, which is a lifesaver. If your camera has some type of issue where the connection's broken and the audio didn't print on your video, you can rely on the audio that's on the device itself as a backup. So if anything goes wrong, you can recover your shoot. And also another factor, it doesn't have Bluetooth, which everything has Bluetooth nowadays. It would make it really more versatile if you could connect to the receiver via Bluetooth. That would solve my weight problem on the gimbal. The Bluetooth is such a standard feature on almost everything. It seems like a big miss here. So again, these are the issues that are deal breakers for me. And as much as I love the sound quality, the price, the build, the design, the lack of onboard recording and Bluetooth connectivity, make this a no-go for my use case. It's a shame because I wanted to love it and I really wanted to keep it, but as a content creator who's focused on growth and versatility and not spending too much money, I need gear that can keep up with my needs. And unfortunately, the XT1 just doesn't check enough of the boxes for me. Would I recommend the Godox XT1? If you're on a tight budget and you're okay with the limitations that I mentioned, I absolutely do recommend it. If you're shooting with a DSLR, for example, this thing would be perfect. It's got a cold shoe mount on the bottom, put it on top of your camera, you're good to go. It's also great because everything's self-contained. This is it, all right here. You've got your transmitters and your receiver here. You're not going to lose anything. The cords and everything go right in that little case. It's really an extremely well thought out unit. So that's it for today's review. If you found it helpful, please subscribe and hit the bell for more content. And if you've used this Godox XT1, drop a comment and let me know what you thought. Maybe it worked better for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.